Central Arkansas Basketball Report, sponsored by 1037 The Buzz, AT&T, All Clean Restoration Services, Crane Automotive, AT&T Real Yellow Pages, First Security Bank, Sonic Drive-In, JJ's Grill, Zaxby's, and the Log Cabin Democrat. Welcome back to another episode of the Central Arkansas Basketball Report. Now, I know I told you last week that Steve Sullivan will be back, but again, it's your host, Kirby Smith, alongside head coach Corliss Williamson. Steve Sullivan is sick. He will return next week for the regular taping. So, Coach, let's get into this. I know you had 2 games this week at home, but before we cover those, let's talk about the fact that you had a tough non-conference schedule on the road. This was your first time in conference to be able to come home, have 2 games here in the Fair Center, and really show that you guys can prepare well. What are some of the differences when you're preparing here at home as opposed to having the concerns of the road games?
Well, you know, when you're at home, you want to get your crowd into it. The guys are excited to be home and play in front of their family and friends. So you definitely want to try to pick the energy up early in the game as opposed to being on the road where you're trying to keep the crowd out of the game. So the thing we try to do is come out and make it exciting early, trying to pick up with our pressure defense and hopefully get a few layups and things to get our crowd going and get our players going, which would help us in getting the victory.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Just continue on a little bit. These 2 games here this week against Nichols and Lamar, you guys came out firing on all cylinders the whole time. What are some of the things you're working on to continue that strength?
Well, you know, we're definitely working on our pressure defense a lot in practice. You know, we want our guys to come out. You know, we talk about dying early, and that's part of it, you know, going out there, giving it your all in the beginning of the game because you can't save any energy. You never know what's going to happen in the game, so you have to play hard at the beginning. And we've gotten off to a good start in the past 2 games, and it's given us an opportunity to be in there, get a win against Nichols, but also to compete and play well against Lamar.
Now, we talked about it. This seems like it's been a team of streaks for you. You've had some long win streaks, you have some tough loss streaks, and you got your 2nd conference win this season. Obviously, when you're winning, it's easy to understand how you keep that momentum going, but what are some of the things you're doing to prevent a conference slump, excuse me?
Well, you know, when you lose a game or so, you still have to come back the next day and practice, and we talk all the time about our guys staying committed to Central Arkansas basketball, the way we want to play here, the way we want to approach practice every day. And our guys have really responded well. You know, when we can keep them focused and we can keep that commitment every day and we're consistent with it, whether we lose or win, then that's how you avoid having a slump in conference. And our guys have understood that and they've bought in. So I'm excited to see how well we come out in the next game.
All right, Corliss mentioned it, a win against Nichols and a tough loss against Lamar last week at home. We'll get into both of those games highlights when we return here on the Central Arkansas Basketball Report.
I'm Jay Myers with Crane Buick GMC, the GM Giant right here in Conway. We're proud to support the UCA Bears. Come let us show you that we're the best place in the state of Arkansas to buy your next vehicle. Best selection, best service, and best prices. Come see our full-service dealership, bring your UCA ticket stub and get an extra $500 off or 10% off any service visit. The GM Giant loves Conway and the UCA Bears. Crane Buick GMC, 1003 North Museum Road. Go Bears!
CraneTeam.com.
Hello?
Hello, Todd. Just calling to let you know I'm giving you the silent treatment.
So you're calling to tell me you're giving me the silent treatment?
Yeah.
Jen, this is like the 8th time you've called.
No, it's fine. My family has free unlimited mobile to any mobile minutes from AT&T, so I can call all I want.
I don't think you understand how the silent treatment works. Hello?
Buy unlimited messaging and get free unlimited calling to any U.S. mobile on any network. AT&T.
Welcome back on the Central Arkansas Bear Basketball Report. Now it's time to talk about the Nichols State game you guys had last Wednesday here at home. Nichols came into the Fair Center 0-4, in conference playing only 4-12 overall. Now there aren't any gimme games in the Southland Conference, so you had to be concerned that Nichols was trying to sneak up on the Bears.
Oh, definitely. Anytime you have a team that starts off you know, bad in conference play, they're dangerous because they're always searching for that first win. And Nichols is different than most teams that we play in our conference. They run a circle motion offense, which is hard to guard at times, and we were a little concerned about it. So the key for us was to come out with our defense and take them out of it, and we were able to do that.
Well, of course, as we get into the highlights here, fortunately for us, we won't see a lot of Nichols circle motion offense because the Bears played incredibly well. And the theme for this week was 3-point plays. There's Robert Crawford getting going early.
Well, I mean, Robert's been shooting the ball extremely well for us during conference play, over 55%. And he's understanding his role now. Our guys know that Robert's a good shooter, and they're finding him within our offense with his feet set, so he's able to knock down shots. And also, we've had some guys play extremely well. Mark Rutledge there, we found him in the post and was able to get something going.
Yeah, we'll see more from Rutledge in the next game against Lamar. But We talked about it last week. You guys haven't been able to move into the paint as easily, and there you see from the playbooks before this and this one again, Miles here just moving in at will and pulling up and taking those easy twos.
You know, we're at our best when we get the basketball in transition or when we're creating steals. And as you see there, we were able to get a steal with our trap. Miles pushes it in transition and finds Jordan Harks cutting to the basket. When we're playing that style of basketball, I mean, we're at our best. It's a fun style to play. It's a fun style to coach.
I mean, you guys were just moving quickly all over the field. The foul there that prevented the bucket, but not only did it seem like you were just typically better from all levels against Nichols, but the size advantage was different, which really allowed us to, for Crawford, and there we go, we get to see Chris Henson, who we don't see a lot of, but move in well there.
Right, yeah, our length really created some problems for him. I mean, we were able to get back in some matchup zone as well as our full court pressure, and with our length and athleticism, it really makes it tougher for a smaller team to pass and get into their offensive sets. And then for us on the other end, when we're able to score the basketball and get into the basket, at length really becomes a factor for other teams.
Are you concerned at all that, you know, for a week like this where we see the perimeter shooting went really well, that it could hurt you in the future?
Yes, I mean, because we don't want to settle for just jump shots. You know, early in the year we took the three-point shot away from the team, and they had to learn how to attack the baskets and the offensive boards. That was a good hustle there by Quentin Miles getting back. Because we still want them to put pressure on the other team, and even though we don't shoot free throws well, we did a great job of getting to the free throw line early in the season. We want to continue to do that.
You mentioned that. Obviously, you guys are working on it every day in practice, but for fans, I mean, from your perspective, how do you improve there?
Well, I mean, you can try so many things, and it can get to a point where it becomes such a mental drain on the guys that you don't want to put too much emphasis on it. So you don't know which way to go sometimes, but we continue to work on them in practice and challenge our guys to get better. It's an excellent play by Miles, using the pick and roll, getting into the paint. You know, and that's when we're playing well, when we're attacking the basket like that.
I see another layup here from Borden. As we wrap up the first half here, another three from Bremner there, who's played incredibly well. You guys led at halftime 53-38, shooting 55% of the field and 8 from 13 from three. You had to feel good about it.
Oh, yes, yeah. You can shoot a high percentage when you get plays like that. And Ryan Williams played well for us that night. I think he had 7 assists, which was a career high for him. So if we continue to move the basketball, Anthony Borden there, who's playing well, is being aggressive as of late. If we can continue to get him to be aggressive, the sky can be the limit for this team if we can pick it up defensively.
At halftime, what did you say to the Bears to tell them to keep their foot on the gas?
Well, we've had a tendency of coming out in the second half and not playing well. I mean, we're getting off to slow starts, so that was the thing that we challenged our guys to do, is to keep that intensity up. Our fans were into the game. We didn't want to give Nichols any breathing room or any thoughts of coming back, so our guys did an excellent job of coming out after halftime and picking that intensity up right where they left off in the first half.
You saw a three from senior DeJuan Claiborne just a few minutes ago. And we see there another assist getting tossed in and put back in there by Jarvis Gardner. Talk a little bit about how your guard play, maybe you're not getting as much points as you would normally see out of them, but the assist ratio, I mean, they've done a really good job for you. Oh,
we shared the ball extremely well this game. I was very proud of the unselfish plays that we made. Guards will realize, sometimes, I'm not going to score the ball. I have to be able to create and find other people, as you see there with Carlin Bremner. And our bigs have done an excellent job of finishing. So if we can continue to get our bigs to run the floor, just like Jordan Harks did, and our guards passing the basketball, it's going to be tough for teams to match up with us.
And we got to see a lot of players come in now as we see Joe Harris there on the court. Oliver Wells are tough to tell the difference between. And there you go, a nice little defensive play there from Darius Singleton. You got to feel good about him as well.
Oh, yeah. For a freshman to make that type of play and push it up the court and transition and finish, that was big for his confidence. Same thing with Carlin Bremner there, coming off the pick and roll and transition, shooting the three.
As the game wraps up, we had 5 Bears in double figure. Crawford with 19, it's a career high. Miles with 19 points and 10 rebounds, his 5th double-double for him. Gardner with 15, Harks with 11, and Claiborne with 10. Like we said, the Bears are spreading the ball all around the court. You said after the game that why you guys were successful is because the shot selection was good.
Yes.
What are the keys to that? Why are you guys so good at that?
Well, I mean, sometimes we struggle, but for that particular game, I thought our shot selection was great because we were able to pressure the team and on the defensive end, and we were able to get out in transition where we could actually share the basketball. And then when we got in the half-court set, we understood, where our shooters were, what we were trying to get against Nichols. And when our guys are unselfish with the basketball, it makes it difficult to guard us.
All right, the Bears won that one 99-76, their second straight conference win, putting them at 2-3 in conference play. We'll be back with more on the Central Arkansas Basketball Report right after this.
Welcome to Moe's and great eye-opening moments.
You guys are skins.
Need to regain your swagger? Our new taco stacks are filled with Moe's famous queso, 2 crispy corn tortillas, fresh veggies, shredded cheese, and all-natural cage-free chicken. Then folded and grilled crispy, making everyone feel tougher. Well, almost everyone. Moe's, feed the moment.